saying the same thing.
I think we are. I think we are. So you all are looking for a consultant to give you guys leadership to walk us through this. That consultant we will then put together a task force, and that consultant will work with the task force to identify the scope of the work and the budget of the work, and will lead us, because you guys haven't done that before. So you need someone to help you do that. Then, after you've done that with the task force, which the consultant has helped you provide leadership to, then we will start writing the RFP, or you will, the task force will start writing the RFP. And the RFP will then be what results in the actual study being completed. So I think we're saying the same thing. There's a little bit of a chicken and egg here with, and you can do it either way. Do you do the task force before or after? You're feeling that
We've decided to do the contractor previous.
Yeah.
Very similar to how Memorial, and also if you're uncomfortable with just using Memorial, very similar to how the city is doing the compensation study.
I'm just not sure that we need to spend the money on a consultant to tell you how to form a task force and write the RFP.
no, that's enough.
That's not what the consultant would do.
The consultant will help us, the task force, but the consultant will help us right here.
Yeah.
Mike Anthony with Memorial wrote an RFP for us, but we as a task force spent many hours sitting around a table deciding what we wanted in that RFP. And that's the task force will do that to prepare the RFP that then goes out to decide on who is selected to actually do the study.
And we're looking for specific experience with decommissioning coal power plants. Respectfully, some of the recommendations made from certain businesses and in the letters, I don't believe any of those individuals have the experience of decommissioning a power plant. I know that this current board does not. So there are specific experience requirements and program management requirements that we feel confident in having work along with us so that we can have an open, fair, transparent process.
One more comment, then I'll get out of this. Just as because when we were in DC, we were able to investigate this a little bit and share some of our findings with you. Just want to make you aware there are companies that specialize in consumer-owned power plants, or like we are, and there's companies that specialize in investor-owned power plants, which we are not. So just want to make you aware of that as you start looking for your consultant, to keep that in mind, that those are a couple of items you might want to look at.
So I understand the very great importance of the RFP process, and certainly it did go well with the Memorial Hospital Task Force, and really the biggest challenge in that whole situation was to develop the questions so that all the bidders would be on an equal playing field. It's a critical part of the process of a huge spend. So I'd like to ask, what was the RFP process that was done when we decided to do the Newman project?
This is something, I'm sorry, I'm having such a hard time holding back. This is a process that has happened over years of public input. This is a process that had been set in motion by a previous utility board. This is a process that did not come down to just a 5-4 vote. Last November, can I actually get a utility staff person to clarify on this? Last November, this board voted on additional monies being spent on the new stream technology. Is that not correct? And I believe it was a unanimous vote from this board. So, is it?
The only
let me finish. We get a letter. We get a letter from a business alliance who was part of a meeting held by a private citizen that 2 out of these 9 board members attended. We are committed to an open, transparent process. The only thing that the 9 of us need to be concerned in our role as board members is rates for all of you out here that have utilities. That is what our fiduciary responsibility is. It's not my responsibility to know how the heck that's going to be developed for economic development. It's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to my ratepayers and to provide them with the best rates possible. That's the hat that we're wearing right now. So our process needs to be. And so we need the assistance from the industry. We have the assistance from staff. It needs to be We certainly know that there's set plans out there that people want and see for that. And again, we are not afraid of asking you the tough questions. We are not afraid of asking for public process, but it needs to be done properly and not rushed through. The only deadline we're putting on ourselves is us. And I don't even know why we're doing it, to tell you the truth. With the money that's been given out for the fire, millions of dollars, millions of unexpected dollars spent for the fire to this community. And now we are taking on hundreds of thousands of dollars onto our ratepayers to do studies that majority of the questions have been answered by the ERP, and the only questions that haven't been answered is the decommissioning.